Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Pokemon Theta Emerald Nuzlocke. I am Atyrum, and you guys are probably wondering why we're back in Lava Ridge Town, because last episode we took on Flannery, and I said that we'd be moving on and collecting our fossil and taking on the next gym, but there is a matter of business we need to take care of over here, and that is the Houndoom Knight. And this is going to be our first Mega Evolution Stone, which is awesome. So let's go ahead and get that equipped right away. But yeah, that's the first Mega Stone we can actually use. So we'll be putting that into use as soon as possible. We'll take away the black glasses. I don't think anybody else really needs those at this point in time. So yeah, that's nice. We will definitely be making use of that. And we do have another catch, I believe. Let's go ahead and put Agatha out in the lead. By the way, my team has changed up ever so slightly. For the time being, I took Brussel off the team and replaced her with Craig. But don't worry, Brussel will be back. I'm not, permanently removing her or anything like that. That would be a little bit silly after we just brought her back. But yeah, Craig the Rhyhorn is now on the team for now. I want to make sure our team was looking good for Norman when we come up against him. And I felt like Mastrum would probably be the better option there because he is part fighting type and Craig is a rock type, so he resists the normal types that Norman will have. So anyways, this is going to be Mirage Tower, so this is a new area. We can catch whatever we find in here. Hopefully it's something cool. And it's a Sandile. Sandile is a pretty nice Pokemon to find. I have used the Sandile line before in a Pokemon White playthrough, non-Nuzlocke, and it was a pretty frail Pokemon. It can hit pretty hard, but it's definitely a little bit on the squishy side. So yeah, and it obviously it can hit pretty hard as it did do quite a bit of damage to Agatha. And we're trying to put it to sleep here so we can that can help us catch it. And I'm worried that if we hit it with anything else after this, it'll knock it out. So I'm probably just going to go for an Ultra Ball because I do believe I have a bunch of those. I actually did quite a bit of stuff in between episodes here. I fought all the trainers in the desert. I actually did pick up all the items because I don't really feel like we need to show me getting all the items. I think there was just the TM for Sandstorm, which it's not that important that we picked that up. So anyways, this Sandile, I think I'm going to name it after the Sandile I had in my Pokemon White playthrough. And the name for that was... well, I don't remember... I think I had a female one, so I don't remember exactly what the name on it was. But there is a word for... the scientific word for crocodile, or maybe it was the prehistoric version of a crocodile, is like Sarcos something, so I thought that would be a fitting name. Sarcos. So anyways, let's see if we have some repels to make it the rest of the way through here. Let's go ahead and use those. That would be nice. That way we don't run into anything else that we don't really want to run into. And I guess it doesn't matter who we have out in the lead since we're not running into any Pokemon. And this should be pretty easy to get through to get to the top and collect our fossil. Oh, we do need the Mach Bite to get through here. This might be a bit of a challenge on an emulator. I know I used to be actually pretty good at the Mach Bite puzzles. In fact, later in the game when you get to Sky Pillar and you have to do the Mach Bite puzzles to get to the top of the pillar, I actually had to do that for a lot of my friends back in the day. For some reason, I was just really good at that part. Never really been like the expert of like any kind of video games for the most part, and I don't usually tend to have the best reflexes, so I don't know why that happens to be, but that just happened to be the case, and this is going to be pretty difficult, isn't it? Oh, and there goes our repel, but we can go ahead and use another one. Alright, let's try that. I should probably register the bike so we can just use it with select, and let's try that one more time here. Nope, my reflexes are just not good enough. Let's just go ahead and cut until we get through that. Oh, okay, there we go. We got through that one. Unfortunately, I think there's probably going to be more of those, aren't there? Yeah, my reflexes just aren't as good playing on an emulator. Although there is Rock Smash here. Can we just go through this way, possibly, and skip that? That would be nice. But, yeah, I could do it on a Game Boy Advance. But trying to do it here is just not working out. And, Are the fossils not up here? Bring the two who were punished. What? I thought the fossils would be up here. Can you not get the fossils this way in this game? Huh. That's really weird. I was just thinking about how I was going to handle getting the fossils here in terms of catches. Because I was thinking that, you know, do the account as a catches for this area or for where you actually get them revived. But it seems like we're not going to have to worry about that because they don't seem to be here. I guess I'll run to the other end of the desert up top. I don't think I actually ran up that way, so I guess we'll go take a look up there and see if the fossils are over there. Although I feel like they're really only there for Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire. Because in Emerald version they added the Mirage Tower, so that you pick them up there, and they're not here either. That's weird. So I guess we're not going to be able to get any fossils. I do apologize for bringing up a vote and not being able to deliver on that vote. So sorry about that. I mean, I guess there's no way I could have known without going in there that there weren't any that there weren't any fossils in there. So oh well. Anyways, I will go ahead and meet you guys back in Petalburg, and we will take on Norman. Alright, and here we are back in Petalburg. We're ready to take on Norman. I went ahead and battled all the gym trainers in here already, so we can just get right to it. Because I felt like that would be the best way to do things, so we don't have all these cuts and such. And that may just be something I do from now on through gyms. For routes, I'll still go the same way and cut out the random battles and actually, you know, battle as I go through. But for gyms, I think it might work a little bit better if I don't know, if I do all the battles beforehand and then just go ahead and show getting into the actual gym itself. So let's see here. I did actually edit Norman's roster myself. I did actually figure out how to add in Pokemon from Gen 4, 5, and 6 with my trainer editor, so that's all well and good. I did not edit the moves. I let them just have their default moves that they would have by level up, so I don't know what kind of moves they'll have, so it shouldn't be too unfair. And I believe he leads off with... What the heck does he lead off with? I think Mashem should be alright if we lead off with Mashem. So let's go ahead and do that. I think that should work out pretty well. And here we are. Here we go. We're taking on Norman. Definitely Mashem will probably be an MVP for this battle because he is part fighting type. And it's a Sawsbuck, that's right. Which is actually part normal type. You probably don't think that it is, but it is. that was a really dumb thing that I just said. I don't know why I said that. Takedown is going to hurt a lot, I bet. Yeah, that did quite a bit. Hopefully Drain Punch, super effective Drain Punch, coming from Mashem, who has pretty high attack, should be able to take out the Sawsbuck. There we go. Not too much of a problem. Next up, he's going to bring in... Let's see here. Tauros. Let's see. Tauros is probably going to have Intimidate. So who do we want to take that Intimidate? Let's go with Sasha to take the Intimidate. And then Sasha is very physically defensive. She should be able to tank anything he throws at us. And I got to remember what kind of moves we have on Sasha. Do we have any status moves or something? We have Toxic. We could use that. Pursuit. Luckily, we weren't planning on switching out. Get a Toxic up, that should help build up some damage, and we may just end up stalling out this Tauros, so that might be the best option for us. And of course we took the Intimidate because I didn't want to, although Sasha is a physical attacker, that's right. I just remembered that we had, what was the move that we had on her before? Hidden Power. We had Hidden Power, and I think we had something else too, so I was kind of thinking that she was a special attacker for some reason, but obviously she's not, and obviously she's not doing too well with those attacks. I kind of do want to switch out, but I'm kind of worried about that Pursuit. Let's slow this thing down a little bit with a Bulldoze. Payback shouldn't do too much. Yep, that's not too bad. I guess Bulldoze does get stabbed, so it might do a little bit more than a little bit more than Rock Blast was doing. And let's go for another one. If possible, I might want to see if we can waste his potions here. That way we don't have to worry about those when we go up against like something like a Slacking. Because obviously potions are really annoying at that point. Hurt by the poison? Okay, that took it out. That's fine. That's fine. So next up is going to be Zangoose. Okay, Zangoose is one of my favorite Pokemon, so I guess we're going to see what we can do about that. Let's send out Mashem, I think. Mashem's probably going to be the best option there. I don't think he has anything that can hit us super effectively. I know Zangoose can learn stuff like Pursuit and obviously normal type moves and fighting type moves, so False Swipe. Okay, that did a decent amount. It is a stab move, but it's not very powerful. And Zangoose is not very defensive. Yeah, one of my favorite Pokemon. I would love to pick one of those, to have picked one of those up, but I think we already missed our chance for that. Can be pretty scary if it gets up a couple of sword stances. Although normally it's not super powerful. I mean, I think it's probably in like the NU tier or even the PU tier in terms of Smogon. Here comes a Staraptor. What do we want to do against Staraptor? That's a tough one. Staraptor is going to hit Mashem and Sasha super effectively for flying type damage. Staraptor always knows fighting type moves, so it can hit Cerberus and Craig for super effective damage. If we had an electric type move on Mira, I'd definitely say Mira. Possibly Agatha, but it's definitely got flying type moves, so it can hit both of those two for neutral damage. Who's got the higher defense out of the two of them? Probably Mira, I want to say. Yeah, Mira, just barely. Yeah, I think Mira is probably our best option against a Staraptor. So I guess we'll see what happens here. Cross your fingers and hope it doesn't throw anything too bad at us. I don't know if it can know Brave Bird or anything crazy like that at this point. That would be a little bit nuts. Let's go for a Bubble Beam, and it tries Takedown. Takedown seems to be a common theme in this gym. Oh, ho, ho. And Takedown almost took us down, so that's a big problem. Bubble Beam did not do enough. Okay, we need to get out of there. And Agatha, hopefully it doesn't have a flying type move. It didn't use one before. Revenge doesn't affect us. Very nice. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't have a flying type move, because I want to make sure. Go for the Clear Smog for stab. It does have Aerial Ace, which did too much for comfort. Can we take it out? Not quite, not quite. He's going to go for heal this turn, I'm sure, because he's low on health. So let's try and put it to sleep. That could be beneficial to us if we can get a sleep off. This thing's awfully fast. But anyways, we got the sleep off, so that's good. And after this, what do we want to do? Let's get out of here, get Craig in there, and get some super effective rock type moves going. I think that's our best option. It does have some fighting type moves, but Craig is very defensive. And hopefully it doesn't wake up and hit us with Revenge. Let's try a Smackdown, see how much that does. Over half, that's good, and it woke up. Crap. And it used Revenge. Double crap. Oh, Craig survived! Oh, that was a close one. That was a really close one. Okay, well, crap. What do we do here? I think we're at risk of losing somebody here if I play my cards the wrong way. I definitely wanted this hack to be more difficult, and I think I've done that by changing up the rosters of the teams and such. Let's go ahead, heal up. How much PP does Revenge have? I'm not quite sure, actually. And that didn't do half. Okay. So we can take another one of those. We can hit it with a Smackdown and knock it out. Very nice. Perfect. And we got a critical. We did not need that, so that's fine. And Staraptor goes down. I was really worried about that Staraptor. That thing could have torn holes in our team. We don't really have much that can resist the kind of moves it throws at us. Blissey I'm not too worried about. Very tanky, special defensive Pokemon. But a physical Drain Punch should be able to take care of it handily. I don't think it really has much it can throw at us. So yeah, that should be a quick knockout. And by quick knockout, I mean slow knockout, because it has a lot of health, so it takes a while to go through it. But there we go, a one-hit knockout. Blissey and Chansey have paper-thin physical defense, so I wasn't too worried there. And now comes the Slacking. What do we do against this thing? I don't know what types of moves it has, but it can do a lot of damage. It has really high stats. Let's bring in Craig, because I'm going to assume it mostly has normal type moves. I don't think it normally has any fighting type moves, So we should be okay on that front. Obviously, Craig is very physically defensive. And let's go ahead and heal up. We can just use a super potion for that and see what it throws at us. Just kind of scout things out. Body Slam, I'm not too worried about that. Yep, not too bad. Okay, and now we get a free turn. Let's see, what do we want to do with that free turn? Let's go for Bulldoze and lower its speed a little bit. But yeah, I think we should do pretty okay with the slacking. Ooh, that didn't do very much at all. It does have really high stats for a Pokemon, especially at this point in the game. But since it can only attack every other turn, we do have free turns to heal and switch if we need to or anything like that. So I'm just going to lower its speed a whole bunch and then possibly switch in Mash'em maybe to finish it off. I don't know. I wish we had a move to lower defense, but I don't think anybody really does at this point in the game. Any of my Pokemon, because I think I've kind of replaced Leer with other attacking moves or other moves that I've needed. So yeah, I don't think we really have anything to lower its defense with. Let's go for a Rock Blast, see if we can build up a couple hits with that. With my luck, we'll probably only get 2 hits, but that's okay. Yeah, there we go, 2 hits. That's kind of what I figured would happen. Oops, I meant to go for Smackdown that time, but Rock Blast is okay. Come on, Craig, hit it more than twice. 3 times. 3 times is better. And 3 times is going to be it. Okay. We may just end up finishing this guy off with Craig. No, we're paralyzed. We get a free turn this turn, so let's just switch into Mash'em. He should be slow enough that we don't have to worry about that, and we should be able to finish him off with a Drain Punch. And that should be the gym. I feel like there were a couple places there where it could have been a bit of a disaster, especially that that Staraptor. We really don't have much to take on a Staraptor, and I'm kind of worried we might see one of those later in the game. By which I mean maybe to make things interesting, I'll put another Staraptor in Winona's gym too, although I don't know, I feel like that'd be a little too repetitive, and there's so many Pokemon to choose from. I could probably put some different stuff in that gym. But yeah, I know in this hack, when I looked at the gym battle before, it had several of those Pokemon we fought against were not fully evolved. Like I think the Staraptor was a Staravia instead, and he had like some other Pokemon that weren't, you know, up to par. So I figured I'd give him a fully evolved team of 6 to make him more difficult. And I feel like that battle did keep me on my toes a little bit better than the battle. Well, definitely better than the battle against Maxie. Better than the battle against Watson. Flannery was kind of concerning at points, but we did okay there. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and follow Wally's dad here. He's going to go ahead and give us a Surf HM, which I'm very happy about. That will be going on to Mira right away, because Surf is a very powerful move, and I can always use that extra stab power. Okay, and he's thanking us for helping Wally out catch a Pokemon. That Pokemon that he didn't catch, right? Yeah, I don't know what happened there. But anyways, we're going to go and put that Surf on Mira right away here. Don't want to hold off on that at all. And after that, I think we're going to end the episode off there. Didn't do too much this episode. I mean, we did fight a gym battle, and we did pick up a Mega Stone, which I have yet to use, but I'll be sure to show that on camera at some point once I get it figured out. But yeah, we now have access to Surf, and next time I'll meet you guys up in Mauville, and from there we'll be heading up towards Fortree, take on the Weather Institute next episode, and possibly the Fortree Gym as well. I don't know, it depends on how long the trek up to Fortree takes. But yeah, anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode of the Pokemon Theta Emerald Nuzlocke.